this image of jealousy in the entry. He said, furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? Even great abominations that the house of Israel committed here, that I should go far off from my sanctuary? But turn thee again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. And then he said unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold a door. And he said unto me, Go in, and behold the wicked abominations they do there. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jaazaniah, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and with a thick cloud of incense, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in the chambers of his imagery? For they say, the Lord seeth us not, the Lord hath forsaken the earth. He said also unto me, Turn yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations. Then he brought me up to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. So who was doing that? Israelites. The Israelites was doing that. And would that get the Most High vexed? Oh hell yes. Oh hell yes. The first commandment. Alright? Matter of fact, I will get that. I will get that. That is a transgression. So the Most High was pissed off. And what he did, the enemies, he scattered them. Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. It says, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Alright, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto them, unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So now the Most High say, don't have no other gods before me. But you see in Ezekiel that the Israelites were serving other gods, were bowing down to them, praying for them, even that woman weeping for Tammuz. And that is a heathenistic custom. Hence making Israelites enemies in the eyesight of the Most High. That was like the Most High enemies. And what did Moses say? For the Most High to scatter his enemies. And that is what the Most High did. He scattered Israelites because they were his enemies. They operated as enemies. Not lovers of the Most High, but they operated as they hated the Most High and wanted to serve something else. So he scattered them. Alright? But the scripture says, do I make a full end of all nations? Yet will I not make a full end of thee. So he judged Israel in measure. But he scattered them upon the face of the earth, which is pursuant to the law. It's Deuteronomy. Alright? Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27. This video will be kind of long, so I'll break it up into parts. Alright? Get it in parts so you know you will get the full thing now. Okay, you know Jacob have very short attention span. Deuteronomy 4:27. Says, and the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither thou shalt lead. Where the Lord shall lead you. Alright? Deuteronomy 4, verse 27. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64 says, And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Case in point. Alright? What Israel doing right now. Alright? And what they've been doing in the other empires who are set up on the earth. Serving other gods. Alright? And they were serving other gods even in the land of Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 26, and it says, I said I would scatter them into corners, I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men. These are Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 16, showing you that the Most High scattered Israel. Alright, showing you that the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, scattered Israel. Alright, Jeremiah 9, verse 16. And it reads, I will scatter them also among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, and I will send a sword after them till I have consumed them. Alright? The Most High said he will have scattered Israel, and that is exactly what he did. He scattered them. Because they were his enemies. They weren't lovers of the Most High, they were haters of him, and he scattered them, he get them out of his land, as he promised, which he is not slack concerning his promises. So seeing that Israel was scattered among the heathen, among the nations, as we now read, Hosea chapter 8 verse 8, Israel is swallowed up, now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. Alright? Israel. Okay? Psalms 44 verse 11, I'll read that too. There are many scriptures showing Israel being scattered. The reason why I'm doing this is for no coon to jump up and say, well, a freaking dog, a heathen could come in. Heathens cannot come in. Psalms 44 verse 11. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen. Alright? Ezekiel chapter 20 verse 34. I'll get that. These it have plenty, I just getting some. Ezekiel 20 verse 34. It says, and I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein you were scattered, with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. Verse 41. I will accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out from the people, and gather you out of the countries wherein ye have been scattered, and I will be sanctified in you before the heathen. So now we cannot say Israel was not scattered. Israel was scattered. The Most High treated them as enemies. Alright? These are the book of Nehemiah chapter 5 verse 9, and it reads, also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies? Them is we enemies, the heathen. The Israelites were supposed to be the Most High people, and lovers are the Most High. And the heathen is the enemies of the Israelites and also of the Most High. Now, when the Israelites start operating like the heathen, they become enemies of the Most High, just like the freaking natural enemies of the Most High. Alright? Psalm chapter 96, verse 4. It says, for the Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai is great, and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh Yahushai made the heavens. The nations is these other nations. These heathenistic nations is a set of idols. But the Most High Yahweh Yahushai, he created heaven and earth. Alright? And that is the God of Israel. So the Most High deal with Israel on a particular level. He deal with the other nations on a particular level. Alright? He give them the land wherever, but Israel is his portion. Now when Israel started to function and worship the other gods of these nations wherein they were scattered, they start following the customs and the ways of the heathen, their enemies. They become enemies to the Most High. They become heathen in the eyesight of the Most High. They become Gentiles in the eyesight of the Most High. Okay? That is the core. That is what happened. They were not actual heathen. They were Israelites living like heathen, operating like heathen. Concluding, the Most High did so and conclude them as heathen as well. You're following this far? And that is what happened in the whole charade, in the whole story of the Gentiles. It was Israelites who were operating like them. It was not actual Israelites. I mean Gentiles. It wasn't actual Gentiles. It was just Israelites who, when they get scattered among them, started to function like them. It isn't that hard. It's not that hard. These are Isaiah chapter 11. Isaiah 11 verse 11. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. Alright? And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Woo! He scattered. Alright? The Israelites who was functioning like heathen. Alright? The ones who was dispersed among the Gentiles. Now some Israelites who get dispersed among the Gentiles, so that some who kept the heritage, that some they completely just say, boy, fuck it. He's wise. Alright? So that is what God. That is what the happenings that was happening back then. Israelites who went off from their customs and started to operate and think like heathens. These Acts, Book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 7. It says, and they were all amazed and marveled, one saying, first to begin, I'll read verse 1. It says, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. Jumping to verse 3. No, verse 5. And there was dwelling at Jerusalem Jews. So it had Jews dwelling at Jerusalem, devout men out of every nation under heaven. Why were they out of every nation under heaven? Now we're going to understand why Yahushua said, go and preach the gospel into all nations under heaven, because the scattering was among all nations under heaven. So the gathering will be coming from all nations under heaven. It's that easy. Because Israelites were scattered among all nations under heaven. That is why I say They were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews. The word Jew, short for the word Judah, Yahawada, which consisted of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Alright? That is what the word Jew means. Alright? Consists of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay? So they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, out of every nation under heaven. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together, and they were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying, remember these as Jews, right? One to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how we hear every man in our tongue, wherein we were born, Parthians. These were Jews, that are Jews dwelling in Parthian, because they were scattered. Medes and Medes, Jews dwelling in Medes. Now these Jews, they kept their custom. They remembered who they were. They remembered they were Israelites. But then you had Israelites who didn't know they were Israelites. Alright? And the Medes, and the Elamites, and the dwellers in Mesopotamia, and in Judea, and in Cappadocia, and in Pontus, and Asia. You had Jews dwelling in all them places, right? So we go. So then, Israelites used to be in different lands, but then you had Israelites who completely lost the heritage, lost it. They didn't know what the were. They didn't have a clue pertaining to what the Maccabees. Going back to the Maccabees, you go see it had a lot of Israelites leave off the custom and was following Greek philosophies. That is why you go read there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek. Why didn't